We're working on no turning back today. Things are going pretty smooth. We're fixing our object detection system. If you have any questions, make sure to put them into the channel and let's get going. So this is where we left off. I'm instantiating objects here, but my world object detection is not working correctly. Now I am able to go back and forth between maps at the moment. I was able to get that to go there, but I need to get it so that I actually can't step onto one of these blocking objects. So to do that here, when I get this object conflict, we want to break on it. Now, sometimes at the moment when it's loading, I'm getting an error method which is failing right there. And that's failing because when I'm getting my valid starting position, I'm looking 50 times and I'm saying, okay, get a random grid position here, which is between my 0 and well, this is going to return a random position that's within the grid that is not on either side, and we want it to do it where it's not equal to floor. Which is fine. If you look at couch and bed, you have that these are set to a top placement and a side left placement. So for a top placement, you're saying that you can get a random from 1 to the map size X minus my base grid object dot number grid size X. And for my side left, I can get a random Y, which goes from that to my minus my base grid object dot number grid size Y minus 1. Let's try it again. Okay, these probably should be better with their positionings. So now what I want to do is check what happens when I get this conflict here. Nope, not this one. It's in player, this one. So when I get my world objects, my position is 1, 6, and I should receive, I didn't get any. Okay, so the reason why you didn't get any is that you were saying that your new position is going to be equal to your, this should be position X, and this should be position Y. Then you're looking for them here. So with the bed and the couch, I could probably set my initial squares from other tiles to 1. I wonder if that'll break it completely. No. Now, if I was going to break and see what happens when I try to hit that object, and I get this world objects here, I'm going to go for each one of the sizes. So I get 1 and 1. I want to look at my position. If I change that sign, will that do it? I feel like that might do it. Because now you're saying that it's going to iterate through and you're going to check to see if you have a world object at 1. But evaluating that against here. So hold on. Let's put this back at 0. Let's just think through this. So for each one of your grid sizes, this one, you're saying that you can get the position here for new position. So this is right. Has waypoint conflict. No. Okay. Hold on. Because here you're saying that x is going to be 0 and y will be 0 for each one of the sizes because you're looking at your new position. So this get world conflicts needs to be from your new position. So on player, when you're checking this, it needs to be new position plus your x and your y. So let's check that. So my new position here, if I looked at my player's at 1, he's technically at 0. And as for right now, it's going to tell me that my world objects are 1 and it's a blocking object that I'm stuck on. Let me try it again. Well, the walls are working. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, when I get my new position, it's now 1, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what I'm currently at, or what is my transform position? 1, 5 is what I'm currently at. Okay, so when I look at what the grid is at, and now when you look here, my position is going to be 1, 6. And if I look at my base object Oh, come on. The base for transform position, currently it's at 1.5, it says. So what in fact is it at? Now it's at 1.6, and this is at 1. So did it fail here? So it says that this one is at 1.37, 0, 1, 2, 3. And this one is at 1.6. So let's try it again. So my current position is 2 and 4. So let me check here. My current position is 1 and 2. And this one is at 1 and 7, it says, and the other one's at 1 and 5. 4 and 7, 1 and 5. So 3, 4, okay, we should absolutely get a conflict on that world object right now. Now my current position, it says is 4. So it's lagging 1. No, that's right. So we should get one at 5. So when we check to see it, when I look at my world objects, we have 2. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to look for any grid object in here where the position is one 5. Now, I've calculated new position based off this by adding how did position at 1.5 become different to 1.4. Does anybody see how that works? Because I'm seeing that this is a 1. So we're going to run this once. My position X is 1 and 5. And then my new position, it says, is 4. mean, you see that too, right? Position is 1, 4, 1, 5. Because you're adding 1 here at the end. So because you're wanting add here at the end, I have no idea why it's doing that. That does not make a lick of sense. If I'm passing in position here and I'm adding nothing to it, y is 0. My current position is 1, 4. If I'm adding nothing, I end up with 1, 5. Position y plus y is 4. 4. Y is 0. Position is 4. New position is 1, 5. What? All right. So what we're going to do is we'll stop it. We'll just, I don't know. That is very strange. I write code all day long, guys. This one we can get rid of, and I'm going to change this to be position. Let's run it again now. Rebuild it. It seems like the disconnection between them it's very slow to update or something. Like, it took that long for it. And I wonder if maybe it didn't fully refresh back, because that didn't make sense with math. All right. So now this is working, and I can't step onto the one of the bed pieces. So which part can't I step onto too? So it's only going to be the middle chunk right now, right? The middle chunk? Why would it be the middle chunk? If you looked at this bed, Where's your preview panel? I guess I just don't get those anymore. Okay. It looks like if you look at bed, you're saying that its size is 1, 3, but the cells that it'll occupy will be 2? Just another second. That's set the grid size to 2, but it's still being 1, so that's not quite right. If you look at your prefab for a blocking object, you have your sprite offset by 0.5 and 1. I don't want to mess with that. So let's go ahead and add the rest. Now, that's not necessarily going to work right because we need to do like that. Sorry. Position 1, position 1, position, position. Wait for it to reset. Or reset. And we'll try it again. Okay, I can't go up. That's good. Can't go left. Still go there. So I can go to the... So it didn't update with this changes. Now it should have. So we'll try it again. I don't know why it's so slow, but that's really challenging on my side. If I'm trying to work and it needs to be babied. Because it's definitely not getting the size of these objects. Okay. Okay. No, still nothing. And it's almost like it doesn't know the size of that object. That's what it's like. So when you look at this again, and you're getting your base grid object here, you're looking for a conflict for where, okay. So this is wrong. What it is for each one of the sizes of my guy, I want to go and look and grab one of these world objects. And now that would only be if this grid object.transform is here. But that's not necessarily correct. Now what I want to do is for each one of my world objects, I'm going to say for int I goes to my item dot grid object of my number grid size x. We'll say this one's y, and then this one will be j. Item dot grid object dot number grid size y. Var new position equals now what I'm going to do is I want to take a look at my Git under base map. And I want to take a look at the old one. Give it a moment. And now when I look at this where I'm making my yes, rotate tile, make back, make world object, make object, remove, let's give valid starting position is started. Here we go. It's this one. So now back over here, when you were running this, you initially just had this. You're going to, for each one of your y's and your x's, you're going to calculate your position. We don't care if it's grid valid. Do we? Hold on. Don't care if it's grid valid. If is starting position. And you'll do this. Now, if my position is equal to that, then you're going to, what you're saying is return false. Which is in fact, you want to return this list of world objects So this is iterating for each one of my grid objects. That's what this does. So this is just one. like that. Like this. Okay, this will fix it. This will fix it. All right. And then the next one is a public virtual bool, no, I collection of your world objects called your get world objects conflicts, something like that. And all that's going to be is a vector 2 called a position and a base grid object called a base grid object, like this. And what you're going to do is iterate through these. And now it's a for each var item in world objects like that. And because now I can finally check to see if it's not a starting position, then what you want to do is you want to if is world object conflict of my new position and that's going to be equal to your position new vector 2 of my position.x plus x and then position.y plus y. And now, if it's not a new one, then if it is in world object conflict with my new position and my world object, then you're going to add this to your var world object. We'll call this a conflicts equals a new list of world object. Because here you can do a, hey there, Propane Ben. Thank you for that host there with 9 viewers. How are you guys doing? If you have any questions, make sure that you put them into the channel. We've got a really active and supportive community. Also, all the videos for this project, as well as a couple other ones, including Alley Chat, which come in online this week, are up at youtube.pixelhorrorstudios.com. And we have a Discord, which is discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. So make sure that you check us out there. Hey, Propan Ben. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, here, my world object needs to be saved. So it's going to be conflicts.add world object. Else, you want to get all of the world objects where this is true. Whatever, I don't really necessarily care too much about this at the moment, because we can just say that this is going to be conflicts. And this one should be a world object. We need to add in the grid object, because remember there's different layers that we have for each one of these. Oh, I see. So is world object conflict takes that into account, so I don't have to worry about it. like that. You need to return conflicts here, which we're going to call world objects. And we'll look to see what other errors you have. Here, get starting this is going to be called get world object conflicts, like that. And this one is get world object conflicts, like that. We'll rebuild it. All right, so it built, oh, it said it failed. It says it doesn't contain this, so we need to add in my get world object conflicts. We could pin that to save some clicking. 3 and 4. Let's go ahead and run it now. WebAPI is still running, which is nice. Go away, get. Okay, let's try it again. Well, it's not finding it at all now. If I look back here in the code, when I look at my player, I'm checking for movement here. And now I want to check to see if I get a world conflict. So let's pause it. World objects here are none. World objects should be none. And now we should get one. When we look here, my new position should be 1, 4. So for each one of my oh, all right, good. I'm glad that it caught that for me. For each one of my sizes, I want to calculate my new position, which we currently are saying is 1, 4. But that's because it thinks my transform position is at 1, 3. Okay. So let's say that this player then is actually at there, as it says. that doesn't resolve any of the issues. See? Let's just do it right here. When is transform position being assigned? Currently, my character is at, well, I don't know, I didn't get a chance to take a look at it, but what, 2, 2? That seems exactly where he is. And now my new position should be 1, 2, which is exactly where it should be. And we'll get no conflicts and no moves. So 1, 2, that's his next position. But now when I go up, my transform position is at 1, 2. I'm adding 1 to the vertical, so my new position should be 1, 3. And when I look at my map tile conflicts here, and I look at my world objects context, it's 1, 3, 1, 3, that's right. And we look. So for each one of my world objects, of which you have 2, the grid object here has a base object at 1, 3, so we should get a hit. My new position is 1, 3. Hey dog, 1144, how you doing? 1, 3, my world object, and is it a starting position is false? So for each one of these, I want to check my new position, which currently is 1, 3, which is still 1, 3. It's not a starting position, so if these two are equal, then you want to return false. This is true. This is true. And this one's false. All right. Now things are mad at me. So if I look at player and I bind on this, what is this? I'm programming a game called No Turning Back. Okay. My current position is 2, 2. I'm giving it a -1. This is 2, 1. I get my tile conflicts. I get 1, which is a down texture atlas tile, says that this is a tile set tile, which is a map tile, so I should be fine. You get my world objects conflicts here, and I'm going to check, and I get 2 of them, and the first one says that my next position will be y is 1 at the moment. Y is 1. 2 and 1. No. And is it a conflict? Well, for each one of these, if my position is equal to this, you just wrote an infinite loop. So for each one of the world objects in there, you want to calculate a new position. change that one out, get rid of this. Okay. You're still missing hold on. This is your world object. You're making sure that this is it's not a starting position. If my position X, so this is the one that I'm evaluating. Wait, this doesn't make any sense what you wrote here. So you're going to go through each one of the X's and the Y's for your world object. And then if it's not a starting position, you want to evaluate if your new position, which is equal to your new vector2 of your position dot X plus X position dot Y plus Y which is here. So if and this is a world object dot grid object dot, or don't you have like a transform position grid object dot transform position dot X? I think it's this. Let's try it. Well, I can't go over there yet. It blocks 3. I think it's fixed. 1, 2, 3. It's offset weird. 1, 2, 3. So it's almost like if this thing was... You see, it's off by 1. So hold on. Because you're saying that this one is your middle. Two, 3. So you have it off by 1 here. So hold on. Now, is that because of this? Let me check it again, because it's being drawn strange, right? I mean, that's exactly right. So this bed needs to be 2. That's one of the things about it. So let me make sure that I have the... It has 2 cells on the grid, but it has 3 cells for being drawn. So this one, it's 1 off when it's drawing the couch. So why would it be doing that? If you look at these individual ones, you're starting at 0, and I think you start at 1. Or maybe your number of cells are 0. No. You know you start at 0. It's your prefab. If you look at the pivot for all of these, shouldn't it be in the bottom left? Can't I set it for the whole thing? Yeah, I can. So I can just select them all. And then I can set the pivot to be the bottom left. I hope this doesn't break it. All right, let's see how that did. Well, I mean, it's almost there. It's 1 off. On the couch. And it's totally kosher on the bed. If you look at the sprite for the bed, it says it's at 3.6, and my player's at 2.6, so it's actually drawing it Why would that be off? Because it's definitely off by where the anchor is on this thing. Versus where it's being drawn. So let's go back to where that's happening on base map, where you're drawing it. Where you're making this couch. You set the sprite here. And then you're setting the transform. But you want to do that by the why would I be one off? Let me go ahead and on the couch, I'm going to change this so that this is just random. In the bed, I'm going to change this so this one is also just random. Well, when you have it random, you're only one off. Two, three, three, four. Oh, yeah. Guys, I'm out of time. I'll be back tomorrow in the morning at 5:30. I got to figure this one out. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the channel. Please join our Discord as well as check out youtube.pixelhorrorstudios.com. And until tomorrow, have a great evening.